the millions of fans across the world. And then I'm gonna hit the record button right now.
Hail and well met, my fellow Hearthstone players, and welcome to Hearth Coach South Studios, the place we remake a podcast that can help you be legendary. I am your host, Stan, and this is my co-host, Fred.
Hello,
Or he's
everybody.
to my left or to my right, I'm not sure.
I'm below.
He's below me. Okay, well, anyway, he's still a player of Legend Ranked, and I convinced him to coach me and record it in podcast form and put it out there so as to hopefully help some more of you make it to Legend also. All right, here we are, live and in person.
We're actually sandwiching MrJones. It's like you're at the top, I'm at the bottom, he's in the middle.
Like-
So
Just kind of like the Brady Bunch, like 1/3.
yeah, exactly. It's like a column.
Yeah, here in this episode 148. Finally made it. Here we are. I guess I'm not sounding too echoey. I feel echoey here, but I guess the cool microphone isn't picking it up too bad.
No, it's coming in clean.
Okay.
I love the banner back there. It's pretty.
Oh yeah. It needs to come up some. I had it aligned for a chair that was like lower, and I put this chair together today, and I'm sitting up higher, and it's much more comfortable. But I was like, I'll move it later. So, yeah, and who knows? I'll have rotating things on the back of here. I imagine we'll have the banner sometimes, or who knows what else I may put up there. I got metal memorabilia. I got some little like immediate work I need to get done around the new hacienda. There's like an old satellite dish on the roof that I need to get pitched off and removed, and some trees need to come down and some other things. Well, once I get caught up with some of the immediate stuff I want to get done around here, I hope to do a little bit more of this more often, because now that got everything set up in a more permanent like situation with some room and stuff. Yeah, I hope to do some more of this. But tonight we're here with episode 148. We got us a live guest. We're streaming live on Twitch this evening, I take it?
We sure are. Now,
Right.
this means that everything went without a hitch with the move and the closing
Yeah,
and all that good
it's-
stuff.
Yeah, it went as smoothly as something like that could go.
Sweet. So
Consider it was my first time going through such an experience. It seemed like it went pretty well. So,
very nice. How does it feel? Feel different?
oh goodness gracious, my living room is about the size of my old apartment. So I went from about a 700 square foot apartment to a 1,600 square foot house. For
Wow.
real, that's like real numbers.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. That's
Yeah, it's real nice.
sweet. So, have you had a chance to play any Hearthstone?
I've played one game today, so I have not. I don't think I've had hardly any time since we recorded last, because I had to be out of our temporary place, and then we had the holiday, and I was in a hotel for a few days.
I believe
and
it.
It's just I haven't had a day off from work in a while, because I worked the football games, and so got off work early yesterday and got the studio here put together. Man, my computer just finally got finished updating today, though. I'm just glad everything's working okay, man. That latest Windows 10 update was,
Oh, yeah.
man, it was whooping my computer's butt. Kept freezing up. I was like, oh please, but no, got all finished up about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and yeah, we had to get a new stove, so that came in today, and yeah.
Cool. I remember when that updated this computer. It took forever too. It was like, what's going on? What is this?
I know my. I was just glad everything's working on it because was the first time I've had my computer on since September 11th. So yeah, the internet's good. Did a speed test. Said my internet was fast.
Is it a different provider?
Nope, nope. Just because I'm living in a different place or a different location, and everything they had to come in with some new wiring and whatnot. So yeah, I got a little bit of a lengthy Ethernet cable, but
Okay.
was a little bit concerned. But everything's working groovy.
Sweet. So, speaking of that, unless you have any other thing you want to share.
Oh no, I'm sure I'll be able to somewhere. I'll think of something. I'll have to get out immediately. But, until that happens, I'm good.
Yeah, I am doing a little bit of the same thing where I'm getting new internet and TV
Oh yes.
because on Black Friday I was working, not working. I was at home. I took the day off. My in-laws went back to Puerto Rico, so it's the day after Thanksgiving, so I stayed home. And they had the AT&T guys going around door to door, so they made it easy for me to. I was already thinking about it, and I was like, all right, this is my chance to just get it over with. They had like a little extra special thing they could do because of Black Friday, because they were out there. So we're getting fiber, Dan. So that should
All
make a
right.
difference. So
Do you think they have like access to numbers of like neighborhoods where the internet's been going out? And you're like, man, I bet you if we go and send some people in this area right now,
yep,
there's some frustrated people that would make a switch.
and then I'm a AT&T customer for cell phones, so they probably have that too. So
Oh, mm-hmm.
they've come here a few times selling it, and it was when they had Uverse, which is their cable, which I've heard it's but this was DirecTV, which I've heard pretty decent things about. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. I've had Comcast for 15 years or so, but it's, as you all know, because of the show, it's been kind of struggling lately. So time to try something new. So
Excellent.
yep. So that should happen tomorrow. So next week we'll put it to the test, see what happens. If it's all it's cracked up to be, or maybe I need to do something else. But
Well, it's certainly, I guess can't be much worse.
yeah, no, I think
Maybe
one
no
of the
service at
things
all.
that they do is the upload is symmetrical with the download. So the up and down is the same. And I think that's going to make a big difference, especially when you stream. So, because normally the cable, they go, 75, but then on the download, but then maybe 10 or 15 on the upload or something like that. We're starting with 100 up and down.
Nice.
But it can go to 1,000. So
Oh,
if it's not good enough for a little bit more, we can go 1,000 up, 1,000 down, which should be plenty.
Was that a gigabit
Yeah,
a minute?
a gigabit, which is insane. Oh,
Download
so
a movie every couple minutes.
yeah. So in terms of,
Nice.
just to run through this quick, so we can get to our guest who's waiting patiently there. Hearthstone, we had the SHL All Stars, which I was number one seed, voted in by the fandom. I thought we were gonna get stats on who got the most votes and how many, but I guess we never got that. But because of the format, it was last hero standing. Arcane and Risen basically won the whole match for us. We went 5 and 1. It turns out that we missed the memo where the guys from the other team kind of brought fun meme decks, and we brought like real hardcore meta kick you in the butt decks. So it showed because they got one game with the Silence Priest, and that was it. And it was like
Nobody like. I guess not. I mean,
yeah, like
somebody would have double checked to make sure you got that. That sounded anyway.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't official, but it was kind of the expectation that we would bring something fun, and we were like, no, we're all serious decks, and we're gonna crush this, and we did, but it wasn't. It didn't feel any. It was for any. There's no just bragging rights, but not really because
Right.
it was silly. So anyway, it was fun though. But we just it was kind of confusing. All of us talking at the same time about the plays, and that's a thing to get used to if we ever go to a format where we have team type of tournaments. But it was interesting. In terms of the ladder, I played a little bit. I am rank 1 star. I've been playing Rogue lately. I think that's what's gonna get me there. But I got a PlayStation 4 on Black Friday, and
Mhm.
I've been playing like Uncharted and FIFA. So I've been dedicating some time to other games, which maybe is a good thing in a sense. So I'm not frustrated with Hearthstone, but I haven't been this month because I had that Nintendo Switch, and now I have a PlayStation 4, so I've been doing some of that gaming. But maybe I have it in me in the next 2 days to finish the run. It looks pretty good right now.
Well, I guess I should have thrown out there that I have made it back into the single digits. Almost at 8.
Ooh,
Rank 9, full of stars on a win streak. So we win the next game, we'll bust 8 tonight, and yeah. So kind of back to form that way a bit.
I think the deck that we have tonight may help you find some inspiration to push through.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my week. I want to formally introduce our guest, who's been sitting there patiently as we ran through our intro that sometimes turns lengthy. And it's Patreon Tournament Champion, the 5th edition of that championship that he won, and return guest for the second time, Mr. Jones. How are you, man?
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show tonight.
Mr. Jones, Jones, Mr. Jones. I got one thing. Okay, all right.
Oh, it's my buddy Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie, I'm glad you're safe. We were worried sick for some time.
Yeah, no, he was hiding out safe and sound, waiting for things to get stable again. You know he'd show up.
Everybody was concerned about Ronnie, but we're glad he's safe.
Yeah,
Hey.
he's safe.
So, well,
I don't know if we're safe,
yeah.
but he's fine.
Well, thanks for coming back, Mr. Jones. I told you kind of the last second, hey, you made Legend. You said you were playing Hunter. I was like, that sounds like a cool story. I was also hedging because I'm like, I don't know how Dan is going to be doing, so I got to line something up. But it turns out that he's up and running, and we're glad for that. But we're also glad to have you. So appreciate you coming in. The chat room is going crazy with Mr. Jones.
Well, it was great to hear about Dan getting the house and everything working out. I mean, when that first happened with the apartment flooding, I know all of us who follow the show were pretty shocked and didn't know how it would turn out. And we've heard Dan talking about getting a house for a long time, and it was really exciting just to see it all work out this way. So,
And
congratulations.
And thanks to everybody that helped out with that. I feel a bit remiss not mentioning all the lovely help I got on the GoFundMe and stuff. Everybody from the podcast, the Hearthstone community at large really helped out big time. So, yeah, we got new furniture and stuff and things coming. So, yeah, it's been awesome. So I told you I'd be derailing us as we go. So sorry, Mr. Jones.
Hey, no,
Well-
Dan, you take it away, man. I'd be glad to have you back. So I'll let you do most of this part if you want to.
Yeah, no worries. I was like, oh man, I should at least mention all some help that I got from everybody now that I'm here and using the money and getting furniture.
Very good.
Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Well, we're glad we were able to help in any way because I know that losing stuff like that is never a fun experience. So
The floods worked out, I'd like to say, and the kindness of strangers was freaking awesome, and yeah, some assistance with the house, and anyway, that was pretty tremendous from somebody that didn't know me from Adam. So anyway, all these lovely people and stuff. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
try not to derail us too much,
yeah.
but I'm in a pretty good mood.
Well,
This is my
now that
second
you're-
cup of coffee.
now that you're getting some normalcy in the housing, I this hunter deck might be exactly what it takes to bring you back to form. It's a fun one to play.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
So
Mister.
I intend to go for it next month.
Yeah. Well, we're
So-
gonna have an expansion in the middle of that, but we'll see. Maybe use it for the first week, and then we'll see what happens. Mr. Jones was with us back in episode 118 in May. So if you want to hear the intro, maybe you listen to that one. But maybe you tell us what you've been up to since then, man, in terms of the game or anything you want to share.
yeah, so May was a great month for me. April was first time hitting Legend. We had DreamHack in Austin, where I live in Austin, Texas, and did well in a side tournament there. It kind of opened the Legend gates for me. So I kind of went every other month, but this month I had my first back-to-back Legend achievement, which was really exciting to get. Last month I got Legend fairly early in the month, which was pretty exciting. So this month I honestly didn't think I was going to go for it. I was just focusing on getting my ninth golden class, which is Hunter. And, I think Fred was watching a lot of my games. Some hanging around rank 4 or 5 and trying a few different builds of Hunter. But last week, with it being Thanksgiving, we were with family and just hanging out in the morning, just kind of watching holiday movies. So I had my iPad, and luckily Hunter was the class I had left because it's not one you need to worry as much about your opponent's deck or tracking cards. You just kind of play minions on curve and send them at the face as fast as you can. And I actually realized that when we got to my cousin's house last Tuesday, I had about 380 wins with Hunter, and I got my Golden Hunter this week. So I got quite a bit of time to play. And like I said, I was experimenting with a few different builds, and I'm pretty happy with the one I settled on. I got on a nice win streak on Friday morning, which, as Fred will be the first to say, is an important part of hitting Legend. You just need to get that win streak and bounce up a few ranks, and from there was fairly easy. So I'm excited to share this deck with you guys.
Cool.
Have you done any more competitive stuff after that month?
I have. I've been doing a lot of fireside gatherings, actually, which was really interesting last week to have Bunny on and hear her talk about how it goes for her running her gatherings. We have a great innkeeper in Austin. We'll have anywhere from 10 to, I think we had about 40 when Nemzi came out. But it's always a group. There's a good group of regular folks. So that's a good chance for me to start to hone my tournament lineup. I also played on an SHL team this fall. We didn't do so well. We really started to do well towards the end, but it was some great teammates, and I learned a lot. I think it's one of those things where you have to really learn the format. And I'd played some last Euro standing tournaments before. I kind of understood it, but to really get into it every week and even within tournament metas, there's a meta within the league where you start to realize where different teams are going each week. And so we ended very strong. I'm not strong enough to get to the playoffs by any means. Certainly we didn't do as well as the Big Deck Bandits, but it was a fun experience. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. It was interesting as well to hear Bunny last week talking about, the casual experience playing Hearthstone. And for so long, I've been focused on, okay, I need to get Legends so I can get in the Hall of Legends on the Hearth Coach podcast. And finally did that, and then focusing on my 9 golden classes. And now that I've achieved that, I have 12 arena wins thanks to the dual class arena. So I have a hard time playing too casually. I like to have a goal to kind of go after. So I'm trying to decide what it might be next, whether it's Wild Legend, Wild Standard Legend, something along those lines. We'll see. I'm still not competitive enough or willing to put the time in to try and get HT points or anything like that. But I'm starting to feel pretty good about where my game's going.
Yeah, I think I'm somewhat similar to you, where I like to have some kind of reason to be even the daily quest. I want to do this, or the golden classes. And I for a long time had the legend streak going until it was like, what's the point of this? But that is one thing that if you know, competitive play takes a long time, so that is hard. So I like playing the game on its own. So I think they may need to do something maybe next year where they add some more. Maybe these dungeon runs or whatever will be another thing that will allow me to find a different way to try to play. Also, I may try to do the heroics. I've never done them, so maybe
Hmm.
that's one thing to do as well.
Yeah. Well, and it's fun to see how different people kind of tackle that challenge. I know In Position, one of the longtime listeners, another former tournament champion as well. I'll see him on in the morning sometimes, and I was joking with him the other day because we were both, around 2400 legend, and you lose a game and you only lose about 3 ranks. So I was joking that we were going to race our way to the bottom, but it was fun. I always like spectating him because he plays very interesting decks, and maybe that's where I go next. Trying to take something a little unique all the way. So
Yeah, I mean that could be one of the approaches. There's many things you can try and do, but they need to help us along by providing content or just ideas of things that you could do. But at least we
definitely.
have an exciting expansion coming in, so that should be good. They revealed, and again, this is not the card review show, but they just revealed this warlock card that I was like, what the heck is going on here? Something doesn't seem right. Like this is crazy. The 1 mana 2/1 draw a card on the battle cry. I was like, what? No way they printed that. But they did, and it does 2 damage to you. But who cares? That's what you do when you life tap. So
Yep.
it seemed pretty crazy, but maybe I'm just getting overly excited. But it sounds insane on paper. But anyway, we'll see how it all plays out. But I'm at least excited to see some new cards come in and what that will do to the game. And then next year you'll have the big rotation, so that's gonna be huge. So I think we're gonna be happy here for the next few months when all of this plays out.
And that last expansion of the rotation always brings in the powerful cards because they're not there as long. That's when we got Jades and Patches and all those other fun things.
Patches, like it's time for him to be gone. Yes, we've had seen enough patches. We know he's in charge. I get it.
Drawn for the final time.
Oh, it happened to me earlier. So yeah, I still won. He can do it from the hand. Stone Tusk Boar that gets buffed by South Sea Captain can do work. Um, especially with cold blood. That's 6 damage. Okay. Um, so which team were you in SHL?
We were Team Weasel Shark.
You were on the
So
other
for
side, right?
Purple Division, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we didn't get to play you guys, and actually, some of the folks from the community that I kind of know and got me into the league were all ended up on y'all side of the bracket. But it was good. I mean, I really got to meet some really cool people on my team, as well as all of your opponents are super nice, and you become friends with them on in the game. You see their progress, and you talk, you spectate. So it was, I mean, a really good opportunity to get a chance to play.
Yeah, maybe we'll
Cool.
now that Dan is all established.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm not sure about this imposition. Will need to keep me in check. But our team may have to be adjusted because our PR was too high. So we may
And
have to
that's
we may have to
yeah,
lose a team member. We'll see.
that's one of the really
No.
interesting things about it is, really good teams. It's not that your best player is the best. It's that your lowest ranked player plays better than their rank. So it's a strong player like Dan is in high demand.
Yeah, maybe he can participate in somebody else's team. I don't know if he's interested in that, but
Yeah.
he's
I'm going to be. Like I said, I got some real important stuff I got to get done around here, but I'm going to be getting much more time in, and I want to do a lot more stuff like that now. I've contemplated maybe even No, I might do it.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, I might actually go that far. So yeah, so yeah, more streaming, get more involved, all that kind of stuff. Start doing some more of that tournament stuff, and start dropping in on, watching the live shows. So I'm planning on dropping in on Hero Power. It'll be, I guess, when this thing drops, it'll be, I think they do Wednesday nights. So
Nice.
stuff like that. Yeah, I'm trying to be much more active now that I'm settled and stable.
Yeah. Very cool. All right, so let me see. Anything else, Mr. Jones, has happened maybe that you want to share before we get into what you brought for us here?
I'm just, I'm so happy to finally have all my 9 golden classes. It feels good to finally be there. I feel like I finally beat the game.
Yeah, yeah, I'm at 6 and 9, but I've been playing the heck out of this rogue
Yep.
right now. So
I'd say
I'm over
that's
halfway with the rogue.
like one of the completionist things. The other one would be the card backs for the heroics. So maybe that's what I'll do next. I don't know.
There you
I
go.
just don't have the patience. Like if I'm gonna spend time on it, it's like at least I should rank up. Like I'm not gonna
Yep.
waste just trial and error here, or maybe find a deck that's proven, but it's still a hassle to get the right card at the right time and all that stuff. So maybe I'll do that later. But all right, cool. Well, we can move on to our deck this week.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This looks like a hunter to me. So why don't you tell us what's in here and maybe do the card by card readout and tell us why the card is in the deck?
Yeah, absolutely. And so just to give some background on this as well, Hunter is a class right now in the meta you might not think about playing, but after I got my Golden Priest and it was my last one, I wanted to find a good deck, so I kind of went on Vicious Syndicate to see what was good at the time, and this was 2 or 3 weeks ago. And basically there were 2 different types of builds that were being featured. There was a build that topped out at the Rexar Death Knight, and had that for the extra value at the end of the game to try and win. And then there was a list that Pheno had posted, which had the Hydras and the High Mains, which I ended up using, which I just liked better. I pretty quickly realized if you're playing the Death Knight on 6, you're too slow.
Yeah.
You're not going to win the game. So I tried a lot of different builds. I think the original list from Pheno in the 1 slot had a Firefly, which was just a little too slow, even for this deck. It didn't have that beast synergy, so you didn't get your Razor Maws on 2, or your Hyena trades, or you couldn't Houndmaster on 5 with that 1-drop. So that was a card that I ended up cutting. I even experimented at one point with the whole Keleseth tempo package. They've even put that in Priest now, where you have patches in Priest and Keleseth and Scalebanes and Bone Mare. So I looked at a Blister Guy infographic from Tempo Rogue. What are kind of those core cards with the Keleseth and the Scalebane and the Bone Mare, and tried to build more of a tempo hunter that way. But with those neutral cards, if you want to play those, there's other classes that have better supporting cards. But if you're going to play a hunter that has any sort of tempo or quickness, which hunters pretty much need to have, you want those 2-drops. Razor Maw is too good. Grandmother is too good. Hyena can be too big of a threat. Crawler is just so good against rogues, which is so much of the meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
That I really focused on this faster build. So anyway, that's kind of how I came towards it. So I guess I can take you guys through the deck and talk about the cards that we have.
Before you get in there, did you consider the pirates? Some people have done that too. The blood sails with the patches and the South Sea.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And I did do that. I had a pirate package for a while. I even tried the penguins, the snow flippers, for a little while just to get that 0 mana beast and, have a turn 4 Houndmaster. But what I found with the pirates is with how many rogues there are and how many crawlers there are in the meta, you could easily get blown up on your turn 1 or your turn 2. And, with this deck, by turn 3 if you're going to win or not, which is part of why I was able to get so many wins so quickly after grinding out 500 wins with Big Priest, where each game takes 25 minutes and you lose one and you just feel devastated. It was a good change. So I had the Pirates for a bit, but I ultimately thought they were a little too slow, and then especially if you draw patches, it wasn't going to work out.
Yeah, and I agree with the Fireflies. Just has never seemed like a good fit for Hunter, just because even though you get the value of the extra card, the synergy's not there, and then it just like Razor Maw, it's like, well, now I just play this for nothing, and it kind of sucks. So yeah, I'm a fan of the no Firefly zone here, even though that's a great aggressive card. It's just not good enough here.
Well, and that's kind of like with Keleseth. It's a great card, but Keleseth is all about adding value to your future turns. And when you're playing Hunter and you can throw 2 at their face every turn, you need your value last turn, not next turn.
That's right.
So it's just it's too slow.
Yep. Yeah, and the 2 drops are just too good, as you said. We don't want to miss those. So.
Yeah. So the list.
Yeah.
We start out with 2 alley cats, which I always will trade into cute cat, because I know some people get very triggered by that. So there's some mind games in which cat you trade in.
Yes.
But alley cat's an important piece of the deck. Fiery Bat. So this was the one slot that I toyed with the most, was the other 1 drop. This is where the Fireflies were. And for a while, I was running the Hungry Crab, the 1 mana, 1/2 beast, destroy Murloc, game +2/+2, which really improved the Shaman and the Murloc Paladin matchup. But there weren't quite enough of those. I mean, occasionally you'd get lucky and hit it against a Quest Mage that might run a Cold Bite. But ultimately, what I found I was having the most trouble with at a nearly even rate. There were some decks that were just way worse that weren't worth trying to improve the win rate against. But when I played against Warlocks, whenever they dropped that turn 1 Voidwalker or turn 1 the Imp, it helped a lot to have that 2-attack minion already down that dealt the 1. And if they dropped the Voidwalker, sometimes you'd high roll with the ping and you'd knock it off. And if they dropped the 3/2, you could take it out pretty easily. As well as if they don't answer it and then you were able to land the Razor Maw, Wind Fury is a lot better if you have +2 attack than it is +1, or even adding +3 health, then you have a 2/4 instead of a 1/4. And it makes a big difference in those early turns. So the Fiery Bat, I really found, was kind of the key to unlocking this deck for me, and adding just kind of that extra bit of aggression. I even had a couple games I won against Control Mages where they would, Frost Nova, Doomsayer, I could throw down a kill command, get them to 1, drop the Fiery Bat, and then the Doomsayer goes off and the pink kills them on their turn. So definitely a good card to have in the deck.
Well, because the other option from a beast standpoint would be the Jewel Macabre, which, what you were saying earlier about the value, what good is it? I don't want an extra card right now because I don't care. I want to have stuff to kill you with. So yeah.
Exactly. If you're playing that long, it's it's too long. So
yep.
It's kind of like if you can see the size of their eyes, you're too close to the snake. So tracking was another one that kind of fit in nicely here. I sometimes thought about too. Unfortunately, I have a hard time discarding cards, even though I try and think about them as the bottom of my deck.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
But I found with tracking, you hold on to it. It's like a like one of the last things you use. You're looking for something very specific. You need something. That's when you play tracking.
No, that's such a good point, and that was one of the big lessons I learned playing this deck so much is that even if it's your only one drop, you don't play it on one because you might have to discard the extra. You might get two of the one you're looking for.
I would mulligan this away.
Yep, exactly. But even if you draw it, you don't play it because it's just like Shadow. Talk about a lot on the show.
Kill command. Just kill command.
So tracking, great card to top deck near the end. Razor Maw, probably one of the best hunter cards. If you can adapt that beast and make that extra trade. Again, I don't like playing it naked on 2 because it can finish the game if you can get Wind Fury on a Hydra or a High Main. But sometimes you have to. You just got to drop it. Same thing with the crawlers. They're sometimes against some classes that don't have a ping effect, a mage or a druid or a rogue. I'll drop a crawler on 2 over a grandmother just because that extra attack. Because or I'll coin it out because then the Razor Maw can come down and give it a lot more. And then of course when you play against a rogue and you can just crawler one of their pirates, it's GG.
Oh yeah, it's very hard to recover from that one.
Yep,
I've been there.
Yes, it is.
Grandmother, another good card. Important to know when to play it, just simply because that death rattle, especially against warlocks with Defile, oh my gosh, you get the 1 and then the 2, and then they're doing 3 damage to the whole board already, and so you got to be careful with the Grandmother, but at the right time, a great card. Hyena, it's another 2-drop that you would prefer to not play on 2, but sometimes you can play it on 2 and it really is tough to deal with, or sometimes you play 2 on 4 and they can deal with 1, but then it pumps the other one up out of range. Then we have 2 Huffers and 2 Bear Sharks.
That's good. That's good. If you're me, it's 2 Leox, but MrJones is 2 Huffers. I get. Oh man, that's so rough.
For anybody that might be new to the game, he's talking about Animal Companion.
It's really a 1 in 3 Huffer because there's 3 randomly selected choices. But so if you're Frid, you get Leoc, but if you're MrJones, it's Huffer every time, and there's no taunt. You just go face. I saw him do it today, so I believe it.
Yeah, and it is an interesting play to always think about on turn 3. Is a lot of times you have to choose between animal companion and bear shark, and that's what I always ask myself is if I get Leoc, do I get value? And so if I have 1 or 2 other minions on the board, I'll animal companion because they're all good and the 4/4 is the best you can get. But if you don't have any other minions on the board, yeah, you might get Huffer and that might be amazing, but then the bear shark might be better. So I found myself having to make that decision a lot, animal companion or bear shark. The deadly shot, I love this in the deck. With this, you can experiment with some other things in the 3, 4, 5, 6, or you could put in even a bone mare or something much bigger. But to take out just that Doomsayer or that Primordial Drake or the Lich King, whatever it might be, the deadly shot has won me many, many games. It's great to pull off tracking when you just need to get rid of that 1 taunt. You could probably put in, something with silence instead, but I don't think you need to. But this card probably is the MVP of the deck.
I think one of the things that it does is it surprises people, right? They're like, oh, he's a hunter. What is he going to do against blah? And then you're like, I'm going to deadly shot it. Oh, crap, I forgot that existed. And then it can blow you out of the water. So, yeah.
So that's a huge one. Eagle Horn Bow is great. I find probably 50-50. I'm using it to trade and keep the board, and then the other half of the time it's 6 damage to face.
Yeah.
So it's, the fiery wind axe for Hunter now.
It's exactly the same with upside.
Yep.
Not on this deck, but in other decks.
Not in this deck, yeah. Skill command is probably the number one way you win games. People just don't take it into account. And that's a good thing to remember, too, with like alley cats near the end of the game is a lot of times dropping 2/1s won't do anything for you, but to have that cheap activator for skill command puts you over the top. Especially with all the rogues on ladder with no healing, you get a kill command in hand, and then you just got to take 7 off what their life total is, and that's how much damage you have to deal. Easy game, easy life. Hounds are great, especially with the hyena. It's a great way to drop them down and pump it up. It's also something a lot of times classes like mage might not be expecting. So they might have, their novice and their, or even a doomsayer or a loot horde. They might drop some of these smaller minions, thinking, you're frozen, you can't reach. But then you drop that, and it gives you the extra reach.
Question: You
Yeah.
considered Rhino?
Again, I think it's just too slow. Because any turn where you would drop a Rhino and something big enough to get the value from charge would be 7, 8, 9. And if you're not looking to Wind Fury a Hydra or drop a couple kill commands by then, it's kind of iffy. Wouldn't say it's a bad ad, but I haven't tested it. But that would be why I haven't tested it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Houndmaster is just amazing against priests, especially when you can land the buff on the Galaka Crawler, because then you have a 4/3 and a 4/5, and one has taunt, and you're just going face. Houndmaster is one where I'll even consider keeping it in some hands if I already have a 1 and a 2, because it's that good of a 4-drop when you get it. The Hydra, most of the time you drop that, they use their big removal instead of trading in minions, goes away on 5, and you drop the high main on 6, and it's GG. But the Hydra can win many a game for Hunter.
Yes.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
fear
that thing.
the 3 points of damage.
It hits too hard.
Don't fear the Hydra.
Yeah, I mean, since everything is a beast, you'll have Houndmaster targets more often than not. That's the whole idea. And you'll have things for the hyena. So I like this. No tricks. I guess the deadly shot is the trickiest thing. The rest is pretty straightforward. But I do love the tracking. I think it's one of the most polarizing cards. Some people just hate it and think, oh man, I'm burning cards. I can't do this. But I'm all about tracking because it gets you what you need. At least that's how I see it. When you need it. So
It's the best turn 9 top deck when you have an empty hand.
that's right.
So.
That reminds
And then,
me.
of course, we top out at the Hunter Legendary, the high mains. So this deck is really, it's about chipping away and knowing when to stop trading and when to go face. That way you can close it out with the kill commands or the bows. But it's about, landing one of your 3 big H threats, your Hydra, your high main, or your hyena. And getting those guys real big, maybe get them Wind Fury with a Razor Maw, take somebody down to 12, and then, it's not hard to do 12 damage in a turn unless they're just absolutely controlling you. And at that point, you concede and you wasted 3 minutes and you're on to the next game.
Yeah, you mentioned turn 9 top deck, and it reminded me of a game I lost to Hunter, thinking, I got it in the bag, he has no cards, there's nothing he can do, and he played Call of the Wild, which I forgot even existed, and that was enough at 9 mana in this meta to turn it around. So, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about experimenting with that as well. Obviously, it's a little slow, but yeah, that or, and if you wanted to take out, one of these cards and put in a bone marrow or 2, you wouldn't be remiss for doing that. But it's when you can throw 2 at their face every single turn, it's a little too slow.
I think you could go for it, Dan, unless you have any final questions.
No, I like it. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, this is kind of Dan's life here.
Yeah, I wish I didn't already have a Golden Hunter.
Well, it'll look good.
But it's fine. Yeah, it's believe you me, if I hit that groove playing this deck next month. I'll ride it all the way to Legend. I don't care. Everybody knows I have no shame. I'll play Pirate Warrior, whatever. All right, so here we go. I am going first. We're up against the Rogue. I draw Crackling Razor Maw, Firebat, and Houndmaster. So is this one of them opening hands you're talking about keeping?
Yep, that sounds pretty good. I'm waiting to get into spectate mode. The Houndmaster can sometimes be a little slow, but I mean, if you have the 1 and the 2,
Right. I figured we keep the Houndmaster because we have 1 and 2.
yep,
It's
I
a
think
rogue.
that's right.
It's a rogue, so yeah, Golaka would be good at some point.
Yeah, that would be the one thing. You throw it back for the Galaka, but you'll probably round out your curve.
Okay, so so of course I went first. We drew Kill Command. We'll play the Fiery Bat. And so we got Kill Command, Crackling Razor Maw, and Houndmaster in my hand.
All right,
So
just going into turn 1 for the rogue with the coin. Is he gonna splash burglar? No, he just passes. Anyway,
And we
another
draw
Razor Maw.
another Crackling
So-
Razor Maw.
One thing about the Rogue, when you play against them with this deck, you really want to put the pressure on. They win by getting the board and snowballing it. You win by getting to the point where you go face, they trade the minion. Then you go face with the next minion you play, and they trade it. So let's throw down the Razor Maw, and we want to look for something aggressive.
Okay, so we get nothing aggressive. Taunt, Death Rattle with 2 plants, and Divine Shield with Divine Shield.
That or plants. I mean, plants are not bad in this matchup because they will have some tokens.
Go for the plants.
Yeah, we want to be on the board here.
Okay, so plants it is. Then we attack for 2. We got the other Crackling Razor Maw, Kill Command, and Houndmaster in my hand.
all right, it's turn 2 for Mr. Rogue. He's got 7 cards, one of which is the coin. 2 mana, 28 health, which is right where we want him to be.
Fred, would you have gone for the plants there?
I don't know. I was because we have a Razor Maw. Maybe I would have gotten the shield, but
But now we just raise them on the razor. It's a tough. I don't know. There's a wrong decision there.
yeah, no, the backstab. I was thinking, but there's the Golaka that we were talking about. I think it was tough. This seems fine though. They don't run Fan of Knives anymore, so this is fine.
You want to tell him what happened?
He just swung into Fiery Bat and took 3. So he's down to
Okay, now
25.
It's my turn. We got a couple of plants on board. The fiery Razor Maw. He's Crackling Razor Maw. So do we want to we throw down our other Crackling Razor Maw on the Crackling Razor Maw?
Pray for Wind Fury.
Plus
Wind
3 is not
Fury it
bad.
is.
Let's go.
Plus 3 attack.
Yeah.
+1/+1.
No,
plus
throw it
3
in his
attack.
face. +3.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're going in.
Uh-oh, downtown. So we
Just
attack with
hurting him.
everything. Take him down to 17. We have the Galactic Crawler, Kill Command, and the Houndmaster in my hand.
I want
So there might be some pirate shenanigans or something here, but we got the crawler.
I want South Sea Captain. Oh, he did have the backstab, so just didn't want to use it then. And the SI.
Fine.
Yep. And the swing into the plant. So he cleared up those 2. There's a Houndmaster, number 2.
So we draw another Houndmaster.
So we have a kill command in hand, which that plus the hero power is 7. So we only need 9 more damage on his face. That's all we need.
So let me see. Do we throw down Galactic Crawler and Hero Power?
I think we do Houndmaster here. He'll probably trade it away.
Houndmaster? Okay.
This is the
Ooh.
Kill Dan play.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, no, I agreed with the Houndmaster. That was my first play. But
And it's
Attack
just
the plant.
it's tough, but against a rogue, you will always get value out of the Galaka Crawler. So unless I'd rather waste the value on the Houndmaster and get a 4/3 than waste the value on the Crawler.
Yeah, well, we still have another Houndmaster in our hand, the Galactic Crawler, and a kill command.
So rewinding to when we picked +3, would Divine Shield would have made a difference? I'm just trying to think that through.
Yeah, we'd probably still have a Beast,
Yeah.
but
All right, so he plays Swashbuckler, and Patches comes out, so he didn't draw it.
you see, I think if we had the Beast, it would have given us an extra 2 damage. Maybe an extra 3, but we were guaranteed that anyway by playing that. So,
Yeah.
best case, would have had to dagger it down.
This guy's
Okay, so he has he traded what was it? The SI into the Houndmaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yep.
And then he finished off the plant with the SI7 agent number 2. Ooh, Unleash.
So we Galactic Crawler,
I wonder.
not Patches, the other one, right?
Yep, the other one, yep.
Is just hero power, or do we skill command?
No. We hero power.
Hero Power. Away! I got Unleash the Hound, Houndmaster, and Skill Command in my hand.
If you play one more minion, we can get 8 just from the kill command and unleash, which, with it only puts us 5 away. So we're getting close.
Yeah. No merit there to doing the Unleash. Just curiosity. And do the 3 damage. Oh, he went face.
Because now this is an interesting turn.
Alright, so he played a Tart Creeper and then went face with everything. There's another Unleash. Huh. Wow.
Boy,
Okay.
it's tempting to kill command down the Tar Creeper.
There's also Houndmaster, which is kind of interesting,
Yeah.
but maybe that's better with another Hound later.
So it's either going to be kill command, unleash, or double unleash. Because if we double unleash and trade and go face, we can get him down to what, 7, 10, 8,
9, right?
9.
Double Unleash would be 9.
I'm
Yeah,
going for the
double
double
unleash.
unleash. I take it I'm using the hounds on the taunt.
Yep. And then go face.
So we set him to 9. I was thinking, I like the kill command a little bit, but only because Houndmaster and Hound seems like a good thing. But,
So I did too, and I was halfway there. But now, even if he bone mares, we can kill command face, hero power, and then we just have to survive one more turn.
well, if he cleans up the beast somehow, we won't be able
But we
to.
have 2 turns to draw one.
So many.
We need 2 hero powers in the kill command, so we have 2 turns to draw a beast.
Yeah. Should be doable.
I mean, bone mare is the biggest punish.
Your magic
It's a
shall
Spellbreaker on the Galaka.
It's fine, but it's not strong enough.
Yeah. And then a trade onto it, and the Patches kills the 1/1. Remaining Hound. Straggler that survived.
Choose soon.
Okay, he's got 2 mana. Keleseth, he could coin out a Cleef. He could coin out another Creeper. It's a Cleef.
Okay.
He's showing 13. Oh, Eagle Horn Bow.
Eagle Horn Bow.
That's
I
nice.
think we win. Yeah, Eagle Horn hero power. And then we win next turn no matter what.
There's no way we die. Let's see. 13. 14. Boomer is 18.
He can't do Leroy shenanigans. He's one short.
Leroy Coldblood twice would be. That's 14, 20, 24. It could be. Okay, but it's not. So he played a Swamp King Dread. 7 mana whenever you play something, attack it. So he's dead. Well,
Yay,
well,
win.
well. How about that? Oh, wait. He's thinking about something else. With no mana left.
Easy game, easy life.
Oh, there's the beast, except Swamp King Dread will not let us do it. It's fine.
Alright, so
Hero Power and Eagle Horn Bow his
Been
face.
to 8, oh, been to 8 yet? Nope. Here I am. Breaking 8. Nice.
Alright, so this is doing what it's supposed to do. Just kill people fast.
Yeah, let's do that again.
I can sign up for that. I don't think either one of the lines would have been wrong. We never even used the kill command, so.
Yeah. 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 It's hard because against classes that have taunt, and rogues have more taunt than you expect,
Mm-hmm.
I always like to keep the reach.
That's fair. I can see that being important.
Well, this is not as optimal an opening hand. I guess we'll keep the alley cat, but Eagle Horn Bow and a couple of Unleash the Hounds. So no, we don't want the Hounds.
Well, Shaman, Hounds is good against Shaman, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this is an unfavored matchup.
Yep.
The only way we're going to win is getting a lot in quickly. So we definitely want the cat. I almost
Do we want?
like the bow over the hounds.
Okay.
Alright, so keep alley cat and the bow. And put
Yeah,
back
just
the
for
Hounds?
the random flame tongue or whatever. So throw back the hounds.
And then we get
Okay.
2 bear sharks.
That's actually not bad.
Yep, that doesn't suck.
Alright, he passes on turn 1, so that's good.
Okay, we get a kill command, and I guess we go ahead and play alley cat.
Yep.
And next turn we can play a bear shark.
And then a bear shark.
We need to give him something to Maelstrom here, so that's
Okay,
a good
I
one.
have, and in my hand I got kill command, the coin, eagle horn bow, and a couple of bear sharks.
It's turn 2. He mulliganed most of this. It's a Jade Claws.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, this is fine. So he traded or killed one with the Jade Claws.
We drew a kindly.
Grandma.
So do we throw that out and save the coin, or do we go ahead and get the bear shark out?
I like the bear shark and trade off the 1/1.
I wonder.
Yeah, seems fine.
Done. So we got
can't-
kindly grandma, kill command, eagle horn bow, and a bear shark in the hand.
He was
And that might be our last trade of the game.
trade? What? Alright, he plays a totem and a pass. Oh
Ooh, nice. And we drew a crackling razor maw.
god.
So we have 2 lines here. We can either bear shark or bow. And if we bow, we take off the spell power, which actually doesn't threaten us right now. But we also have the second charge of the bow for his play next turn. So on 4, he doesn't have much he can do.
Not against
Let's-
Bear Shark because he would
Yeah, bear shark.
And so bow,
Wait.
take out the
No.
totem. Bow,
We want to
take
go
out the
bear
totem.
shark.
Well, the
All right, that's fine.
I'm sorry, I thought that. Is that
No,
not what-
that's totally fine. Yeah, we want to keep him off board, and we have a 4-mana play next turn, which is really good.
yeah.
I
No,
think I might.
what I was saying
do.
is on turn 4 against Bear Shark, there's nothing he can do because it's the Jade Lightning play. However, he played something called a Grim Necromancer, which is a 4/2 that summons 2/1/1 skeletons, which is something I haven't seen yet. This is okay.
Cluster health can't be targeted and summon plants. Health then?
Health.
Go to the face. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, face and grandmother. It's too much pressure. And save your bow.
Yeah, for the flame tongue that's coming.
Yeah.
You could bloodlust, I guess, but whatever. Devolve. Okay, we got a 3/2, a 1/3, and a 1/1. It's a pirate. Down goes 3/2 with the 2/4. Okay, she's thinking here about the next play.
They're looking over their cards carefully.
Looking like totem. Could evolve.
Evolve.
What?
Okay.
Okay. We got a dusk boar, which is a 4/1. He's got a red mana worm, which is a 2/6. Gains +2 with every spell. Hydrologist and Duet of the Swarm. He didn't even attack the face for whatever reason. Okay, that's the play. And
we drew a bitter type.
better try Hydra. Yeah.
Oh, play the Hydra?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
was that it?
I heard play the Hydra.
I think playing the Hydra was right.
Yeah, okay. I didn't hear it. It
Do-
cut off a little bit, sorry.
Do we take the 1/3 and take out his 1/4?
I think we do.
Okay.
To protect the Hydra.
And yeah, nothing worth swinging.
No, I think we save it.
All right, we got a Savannah
So-
High Main, Kill Command, and a Bear Shark in my hand.
Is it like a hex in there or something? Yep.
Yep.
So they run hex. And a primal fin totem. Well, at least I don't have hex for Savannah High Main. There's that. Or do they?
Draw Animal Companion.
Oh, there's Huffer, but okay.
Yeah. Where's
think
Hounds when you want it?
I think you're dropping the high main every time.
Okay, down goes the High Main.
Question is, anything here?
Do we
That's
take
fine.
out the Primal Fin?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
Yeah,
But we got to go hard face from here on out.
it's gonna be hard.
Because the way we're winning is we get 10 more to the face, plus kill command, plus whatever.
Oh god. Jade Chieftain. And he's just gonna go face. Okay. Setting us down to 16.
Oh, that's good.
Unleash the Hounds.
And
So
Leok,
I
right?
guess we're playing that,
And
right?
Leok, yep.
But wait,
Unleash the Hounds first, right?
Yeah.
yes. You send one in, I suppose, to the 2/2, right? So make room
Yep.
for Leok. Alright, Leok, we need you now more than ever. Let's go. Okay.
Misha.
It was Misha.
Lovely.
So which trades and which faces?
I don't know that we do any trades.
Go to
9.
the face.
He can push 9. If we do all trades, we get down to 10, which we win with the kill command.
Go to the face with everything.
I think so. What do you think, Fred?
Sorry. Probably. I mean, what?
Face.
Something like
Why would you-
Bloodlust? But yeah, if you start trading, you're dead.
Yeah. All we need is a kill command. It's got bloodlust.
Is it Bloodlust? God.
No.
Of course.
And a flame tongue.
We were dead anyway.
Yeah. No matter how many trades.
I don't think so. There were some pretty big minions. Okay.
Hey, at least it wasn't the one on the streak.
No doubt. I'm still 8.
Yep.
All right. Well,
So shaman is tough, and I mean that's one where those hungry crabs do help a lot. But you just, at least I was not seeing enough shamans on ladder or paladins to make it worth
Yeah.
running the crab over the back.
Shaman is not big right now, so.
okay. So we're up against the priest. We draw kindly grandma, scavenging hyena, crackling razor maw, and eaglehorn bow. Huh.
So this is good, but I'm definitely throwing back the bow.
Okay. Keep the rest of it.
I mean everything. I don't think we want to play the hyena that early, but to have the option, I think it's worth it.
Keep the hyena.
Yeah.
Keep everything, right?
Well,
Except
I
the
would
bow.
throw back the bow there. I'm looking for a hound master or a bat. Like that's good.
We got a bat for the bow.
Yeah. Because you only, against a priest, you pretty much only want one bow, and that's for 6 damage to the face near the end.
Alright, he got a Northshire Cleric on turn 1.
You go ahead and drop the bat and dare him.
I'd grandmother.
Okay.
Because if he gets the one card, it's just one card, and then you have the answer. If not, you can Razor Maw, give it poisonous, +3 attack.
Yeah, we want to pop it, most likely, though, because of if we play another minion of Potion of Madness. Yeah, okay, so. He is hovering over something. He's popping it himself, probably for the card. Or not.
So what happened there?
So he attacked with the
I got disconnected. Let me
he
get back
attacked the cleric, and then he used his pain.
So we have an empty board. I drew another kindly grandma. 2. Okay, and I got a savannah, I mean fiery bat, crackling razor maw, and a scavenging hyena in my hand. Okay, I think we can. I went ahead and did the healed their cleric that already had damage. Did a point to our face. And now it's
We're going
my
to throw
turn.
down the Razor Maw.
Okay, crackling razor maw on grandma.
Yeah. We're trying to kill that cleric.
Poisonous. We got
Yep.
poisonous, can't be targeted.
Yep.
He's-
Poison
so
every
poison.
time.
Poisonous. Hey, there he is.
And the
Take out
bat,
the- oh, sorry. Do we go ahead and drop the bat?
oh yeah. If he's got any way, we lose. If he doesn't, we win.
All right, so we bat got unleashed.
connection is struggling here, so just bear with me while things come back.
Head healed his face and passed the turn. We drew a bitter-tide Hydra. I would just attack and hero power.
You got the hyena.
Tempting, but it seems like throwing an awful lot down on the board to get wiped out at once.
So on 5, the only AoE they might have that they wouldn't have on 4 would be Holy Nova. We're definitely going to hero power. So I'm not sure if we drop it or not. If we do, then we have 10 next turn, and we have high AoEs. We've got pressure.
Okay. So let's hit a Hydra, unleash the hounds, and it's Van Hymane in my hand.
I mean, it's aggressive, but
I like aggressive. Oh wow.
all right, I think we win.
I think our priest friend must have a bad hand because he has not played any cards yet. He just healed himself again.
So 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're gonna
Through the
drop
bow.
and hero power and send it all to the face.
Okay, so we play the bow. Go to the face with everything. Hero power. Swing. Our opponent's down to 7. I still got the Bittertide Hydra, Unleash the Hounds, and Savannah Hymane in my hand.
Okay, that's fine.
Fire. Fire at the other point of damage. We drew Alec.
So we're really having some connection problems here for the audio listeners. I keep
Hopefully,
dropping out.
and
On curve.
do we?
No.
No. Okay.
There's not.
Hopefully this
But
is
if he
the
does
last
hard
time
creep or something.
this happens when we get new internet because we got connectivity problems. But at least we got most of the show. I see a Hyman, so I'm assuming he Dragonfire Potion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably lost some of that then, huh?
Yes, but it looks pretty good still from where I'm sitting. I don't know.
Yeah, we just got Huffer.
Yeah, Huffer would do
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty good.
So even if he pops, I don't think he can take care of it.
I think it's gonna die again. The connection here.
There it is.
All right.
We get
Well,
it.
that was 3 games. Yep.
Yeah, I think we should
We'll
Counter
wrap
blessings
this thing up.
for the internet
you totally-
finishes dying here because that was rough. But you win, so that's good.
Yes, I am still rank 8, 2 stars. We'll see. I'll try and finish out the month strong. So I start that much higher next month.
Yep.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for coming tonight and guiding us through this deck. I really like it. I do see myself playing this next month. I'm sure I'll need to change it up a little bit, especially when I really start cranking out some games. But I'm going to try and play my little the Prince. I keep wanting to say Kaliseth, but I know that's wrong.
Valinar?
Valinar, right? The Prince Valinar deck. I've been doing pretty well with that, so going to keep on going with that. So, thank you, Mr. Jones. Do you want to do any pimping or anybody any shout outs or anything you want to do before we wrap this thing up?
Huge thank you to everybody in the community. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at MrJonesHS. I'll keep you posted on my progress as I climb the ladder.
Excellent. Partner, you got anything you need to put out there?
No, I think I have a thought, Dan, about the tournament. to try to do it after the expansion, maybe right after, so we see. Yeah, the connection is struggling again, but we can talk about that later.
Okay.
I also
Yes.
have what I heard. It may be a couple of Hollow Legends coming, so maybe we'll have
Okay.
future guests come through. So
Yes, and remember, if you hit Hall of Legends, get that screenshot. We need the screenshot.
yeah, we wanna
Seems
have
like
the
some people
story,
may.
this picture, the proof, everything.
Yes. Screenshots the minimum.
Yep. And then you can come on the show and be like Mr. Jones, sound all
Mhm.
pro, like how to play Hunter. Do we trade? No. No,
Silly question.
we had to trade in Shaman, and you saw what happened. So
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
once you slow down, it's hard to recover. But
that's right. And when you hit Legend, you can email us at hearthcoachpodcast@gmail.com. You can also wander on over to the website, hearthcoach.net,
mm-hmm.
and check out the Hall of Legends or the BattleNet Exchange if you're looking to add somebody to your friends list. There's a whole bunch of the Hearth Coach crew over there, so feel free to do that. If you're live with us tonight, you're already watching us on the Grid's Twitch channel. You can also please tell your friends, neighbors, loved ones to subscribe to Hearth Coach. And go on over to your iTunes and then just leave us a little written review. Those things really help out and keep us up there in the rankings. And we also have some social media stuff. We're on Twitter and on Facebook. Those are the two best places to find us on your social medias. And I'll be getting more active with that stuff later, but I'll promote that more when I get to it. Last time, everybody. Thank you for listening, and good luck getting the legend.
Good luck, everybody. So I've stopped the recording. Not sure if you can hear me. The stream is still
Yes.
alive, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what happened there. The typical Comcast crap out.
So that's
It gets
where
tired.
we couldn't hear you. The podcast drops out and didn't get recorded. Then
What's that?
did the podcast not get recorded where you dropped out on us?
Well, I
Or do
couldn't.
you think it was all recorded?
It was still recording, but it would just be
Okay.
me and whatever like little cutouts of you, but the spectator wasn't even moving. Then it dropped like 3 times. So you may want to look at that last game, and if you want to edit it out, or you could just leave it. I mean that middle part where there's a lot of like silence because there's no connection. But
Okay. Well, I'll give it a quick look see on Audacity, and as long as I don't see a lot of like long straight lines, I'll just let it ride.
yeah. Well, we're still on the stream, and we're up
Okay.
to, I think, 12, 13 people, which is pretty good
Oh,
for a last
that's-
minute thing.
Yeah, for us.
Mr.
Sure
Jones
is.
pulling in the crowds. People came to see you. It's pretty good. Yeah, but that was fun. I think I'm glad that there is still a place for a hunter to sort of thrive and still work, even though it feels so relegated, like nobody plays it. But you can still make it work. It's not bad.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that deck.
I've seen
Well,
less
you-
shaman than anything else. I feel like I don't know what's happened because this seems good still. I don't know.
I think Hunter will be a really good deck to play right when the new expansion releases because it seems to be pretty control heavy. Some of the cards they're putting out there, and a lot of times when there's a new expansion, people tend to go that direction anyway. So I don't know, Dan. If next month's your month, you might have some good luck within that week or two right after it comes out. Just throw down the Hunter and go face.
I really gonna give it the old college try, and I'm gonna see how much of it I can
I
stream.
mean, the first week is still what we have now, so you could just rip through some ranks by just going face with
Mhm.
reckless abandon.
Yes, that's me.
Who's gonna go face?
Face with reckless abandon. That's.
It's pretty good.
Uh,
All right.
Well, and it's fast enough too. You can get in the games, and that honestly is the biggest piece is getting enough games in.
yep, that's what I've been liking about that rogue deck. Well,
Yeah.
that and trying to knock out another golden class.
What's gonna be? How far are you with that one?
284.
Oh wow, there's still a ways to go.
Yeah, well, it was pretty low a while back, so I
And
think I was on there like 100 something not too long ago.
what's gonna be next? Do you know?
Probably mage. I imagine priest will be the last one.
Ugh.
Now's the time to do priest before it gets.
It'll take
Oh,
forever.
I should be doing some priest now.
Well, have you tried the tempo priest yet?
No.
So Zalay has a list with Keliseth, Fireflies, Scaleblade, Bone Mare. I mean, all the rogue cards you're used to. It doesn't have the Velen Mind Blast combo. It's just about tempo. So if there was a priest list for you, it might be the one.
Zalay?
Yep, Zalay's got one out.
All right. I
The
will
tempo
look at
priest?
it.
I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, I actually when I tried to finish Golden Priest, I played it for a while.
Yeah, this. I'm gonna stop the stream.